got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man.
Thanks, Coach. Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Mike. Here we go, again.
Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's good.
Max 50, Max 50.
At the 47-yard line.
Not today.
Here's Foles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Foles. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain. A scoreless game. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Now Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, one underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they had won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago. At the time, that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. On first down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 44 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Next to score, Chiefs 7, Jaguars nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Hill on the return. Ooh, the juke. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes flushed out, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
U61, matchbox, lights. 5.
On 2nd and 1, Minshew. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Fournette. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Now Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Minshew. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Here's Minshew, buying time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about...
That's caught inside the 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 65 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
It's Kelsey on the ground, and he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the end. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. See, it didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No doubt.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been a constant.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit. But must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Bring it. Check
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and losing yardage.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And an alley to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On 2nd down, Minshew. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
218, jump.
14 yards. Brings up 3rd.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And out across midfield, down to the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, flush to his right. He's going to have the first down past the 20. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. They're going deep for Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, Why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught. Watkins. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Eluding the pressure, and that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Minshew sets to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 12 yards. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Frank Clark. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Forced out to his left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is that conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for D.D. Westbrook. Incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's third down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment, thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for Kansas City, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.